Hello, everybody, and welcome to another match reaction episode. It's finished. Manchester United 3, Norwich 2. And I tell you what, United don't make it easy for themselves, do they? They just don't like making it easy. 2-0 up, and then they make it, they allow Norwich back into the game to make it 2-2. Two really bad defensive errors, I would say. But I mean, the game belonged to one man, and we'll talk about him later. But I mean, it's a big result. It's a big result in the top four title, not title, top four chase because I mean Spurs lost, Arsenal have lost, and United have won, and that's a big result for United. I mean, I don't think they will get top four. I think it's too little, too late. But you always keep some people might want to keep that hope alive, and so if you want to keep that hope alive, then that's this is the weekend where you can do that. So it was a good game. It was a good game from a neutral perspective, but I thought United, there were a lot of issues. Again, and throughout the game, I thought Maguire was bad again. I mean, was at fault for the first goal. I thought people saying Dalot was at fault, but I thought Maguire kind of, went one side. He allowed, I think it was Pukki, wasn't it, who got in, and then he put the ball to Dowell, who scored the goal. So I thought Maguire was a bit at fault as well for that first goal. There were lots of times in the second half he was looking a bit sloppy, especially at 2-2. There were points when he was looking sloppy. I thought, yeah, and I think for the second goal as well, well, I mean, it was the second one, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think the second goal as well. Yeah, again, what he did was he kind of moved a little bit inside and allowed Pukki to go outside, and then the goal happened. So I mean, it's I don't like talking too much about Harry Maguire, but I do feel that he's kind of playing himself out of the team at the moment. I know he's got to start because they don't really have any other options, but I just thought that was a problem. Bruno Fernandez, for me, another player who looked very hot and cold, gave away the ball a lot of times in especially in dangerous areas, gave away the ball a lot. And I think the key problem for United was the fact that they were playing three midfielders who are not defensive midfielders. None of them are defensive inclined. When we play Pogba, Lingard, and Bruno together, that was like a recipe for disaster defensively. They kind of got away with it in the first half for the most part. They went 2-0 up, even though it was 2-1. I thought they got away with it, but I think in the second half, and the Norwich realized that there's spaces that they can exploit, especially behind that midfield, because all three of them were kind of pushing up towards the attackers, and there was nobody covering the back four. So I mean, that was my one criticism of Ralph Rangnick would be that he should have probably brought on Matic sooner than he did. But once he brought him on, I thought they looked a lot more solid. And then there were still chances for Norwich. I think there were a couple more that they probably should have taken. I thought that the chance that fell to there was another one, Rashica, I think it was, which fell to, and I think he should have taken it. And that should have been 3-2 to Norwich, but a good save from De Gea. That was a fantastic save from De Gea. I mean, that once they made that switch of having Matic in, I think it made a big difference. Another player who I thought did make a difference was Juan Mata. Mata looked again very good when he came on. Found big pockets of space. He was a bit, it was a bit lucky, but also a bit unfortunate in a way, because I don't think Rangnick was expecting United to score from that. I mean, nobody expected Ronaldo to score from a free kick. These days, you don't see Ronaldo scoring from free kicks. So I think he thought it might go into the last 10 minutes where they might need a little bit of that incisiveness. So he made that double change, to game very attacking. And then I think 2 minutes after those substitutions, they get a free kick. Ronaldo scores from it. Fantastic. And then I think they were kind of left with 13 minutes playing with, a team that playing with a group of guys who don't generally, it was a very attacking team that was trying to defend the lead. So it kind of was that way. But I thought Matic, and I think that's why Mata, I thought that was a bit unlucky, because I think he had to kind of do a more defensive role. But he took it on. I mean, he wasn't very defensive. He actually played some very good passes. He looked very calm. He looked very composed, trying to find spaces, trying to play the simple passes. I just wonder if Bruno could learn from that a little bit as well. Just trying to be simpler at times, just trying to keep the game moving as opposed to trying to force the issue. But I thought Mata made a difference. I thought Matic made a difference. I thought Elanga looked very good at right back. I think for an emergency right back, I thought Elanga, there were a couple of standing challenges that he made, which were fantastic. So maybe that's something as an emergency right back. I think Elanga might be able to do a job against certain lower tier opposition. But I thought he was good in that role. Rashford for me was disappointing again. Came on off the bench, looked. So many times where he tried to run with the ball past the player, and he kept missing it. There was a couple of moments when he could have put the ball in early into the box. He didn't do it. I just don't know where Rashford goes next, from here for the next season or so. I think it's going to be tough for him, and he's got to figure out what he looks like. Because at the moment he sticks out like a sore thumb. Elanga, of course, got that assist as well. Did a lot of hard work, and I think right now he is in possession of that right wing spot. And I think Rashford's going to have to fight to get back in. into that zone. But the game belonged to Cristiano Ronaldo. I think that, well, before that also Paul Pogba. I thought he looked a little bit uncomfortable in that lone, in the sort of the middle of the three. When he was out of possession, but I think in possession he looked pretty good. He had some nice little touches, some good passes, things like that. But again, it's faded second half, so I think there's fitness issues there, of course, for him to consider. But the game belonged to Cristiano Ronaldo, so just saying that there. And first goal tap in, second goal good header, third goal was a good free kick, which again I thought all three goals were a bit of errors. The first goal was an error, of course, from the defender. Gibson, I think, was caught out. The second goal was obviously from a corner, but it was very bad marking. And the third goal, I thought Krul could have done better. I thought he could have saved it, but he kind of just, I don't know what he was trying to think. He was trying to palm it away, and he kind of just left it onto the post. Didn't get a strong enough hand to it, so it kind of went on the post and then came in. But take nothing away, Ronaldo was good. Took his chances. Without him, again, would any other striker have scored all the three goals that he scored? Probably not. The first goal, probably Cavani scores that. I don't think he would have got the second, third goals. So, fair play to him. Another hat trick for him. I know a lot of people, I know there was a lot of rumors as well about what his future lies, but I think there is a future for him at this club if he commits to it, and if he commits to a certain type of role. I think there definitely is a future for him. But that's a conversation for another time. I will definitely do a more in-depth reaction at some point. But it's finished. Manchester United 3, Norwich 2. Will that reignite the top four race? For United at least, and of course it has definitely made things a lot more tighter there. So let us know in the comments, what did you think of the game? What do you think of the result? What do you think of the top four chase right now? I would love to hear from you. Stay tuned, because there's another game going on right now. We're going to do reactions for the City Liverpool game as well, so stay tuned for that. But please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel on YouTube and Facebook. We'd love to hear from you, of course, and we love your support, so please do that. And we'll see you again very, very shortly. Take care. Bye bye.